awesome. That would be cool. You could just hit the like button or something. Just let me know. I'm just gonna just so this is my first time like going live and doing this like in this kind of format before. So if anybody can basically just kind of comment, let me know. Even hit the like button to let me know if you can hear me and stuff like that. I've never gone live like this before, so I'm just trying to make sure that basically like you can see me, hear me, see my face in like the little circle and stuff like that at the bottom left hand side of the screen. Because like I said, it's my first time. And what I'm going to do right now, just basically just deliver some value. Really just want to kind of start just like doing things like this on a regular basis to just deliver people value and valuable content when it comes to like helping them grow their business. So I got a like, so I'm just going to assume that it's working. All right. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them while I'm going through this thing. I'm going to try my best not to ramble and stuff like that like I am right now. But let me just sip this water. All right. So what I'm going to talk about today is the value ladder and why 90% of small businesses disappear after 2 years. All right. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you a special treat. All right. I'm going to tell you about a super easy way to make up to $500 a month every single month. Okay. And no, this is not like MLM. This is not network marketing, like selling crappy products that don't work, anything like that. This isn't like some business opportunity, anything like that. Literally simple thing I'm going to tell you about at the end of this whole thing. So I just want to talk about, like I said, we're going to talk about the value ladder. So here's what I want you to kind of imagine, right? Imagine building a business where you miss out on like 90% of every single sale, right? Like you only see customers once and never have more products or services to sell them, all right? Like imagine that scenario where you have only one shot to sell only one product to one customer at a time, like new, old, or returning customers, right? Like how is that gonna, like, as a business owner, how is that going to help you basically like maintain your business? Right? How is that business model even going to work? Like imagine a scenario where your customers, they spend not just like $1,000 with you, but only like 100, right? Like just kind of think about that. If you own a small business, just kind of try and conceptualize that concept, right? So and that's how most businesses operate, and that's why a lot of them really just kind of go bankrupt in less than 2 years, and it's because they don't have a value ladder. They don't have a natural upward progression to basically like bring their customers more value. All right. So again, I'm just going through this. If anybody's kind of tuning in, I appreciate it. Just hit me with a hashtag live, hashtag replay. Just let me know that you're here. First time doing this kind of thing here. So show me some love. All right. So what I'm going to talk about right now is like the dentist. All right. So Russell Brunson tells a story about his first time at the dentist. All right. And he's redeeming a $37 teeth cleaning voucher. Right. So the dentist says to him, he's like, hey, do you smoke or like drink coffee or something like that? Like it looks like you have early like yellowing of your teeth. And like, and if you guys don't know Russell Brunson, you're probably not into like the stuff that I'm into, but anybody who's like a marketer of some sort, if you don't know about Russell Brunson, like you're leaving money on the table. So he starts freaking out. He's like, no, I don't smoke. I don't drink coffee. Like I just did, right? And he's like, he's asking him like, hey, why are my teeth yellowing though, right? So the dentist says to him, well, I can make some custom teeth whitening trays for you. It'll take about 2 weeks. But if you follow the steps, like they'll be pearly white in no time, right? So he says, okay, great, right? So then he says to him, he says like, hey, did you have teeth? Did you have braces as a kid? He's like, of course. Like, how can you tell? He's like, so the bottom two teeth are shifting, right? And it's pretty common with people who have had braces. I can build a custom fitting retainer that will keep your teeth in place, right? So just kind of think about, like what's going on here, right? What is this dentist doing right now, right? So the dentist was using a value ladder, right? So he gets customers in, He gets them in, right? And in this example, what this was the the $37 voucher, and then he finds more work, presents a solution, and then moves forward, right? So it's much different than an upsell, right? It's much different than the typical thing that most people do. But basically, like, value ladders are based on providing like a customer like real value for their dollar instead of just adding on products like toothpaste and toothbrushes, right? And by having a value ladder, the dentist turned a $37 sale into a $3,700 sale and provided real customer value for a lifetime, right? So, like, what's the takeaway from this whole thing that I want you guys to kind of start thinking about, especially if you own a small business or you're thinking about starting a small business, is the takeaway is this, is that everyone wants to give their customers the most valuable possible, but no customer, like, not never, okay? Like, there's going to be no customer that's just going to just come and just give you money. Like, no one's going to pay you like $3,700 right off the bat. And if you do that, please please let me know what you're doing, and I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. So you need a value ladder to basically like grow the relationship, the experience, and understand if the customer values what you're offering. And this is a quote from Billy Jean. He says, like, value comes after the experience. A value ladder makes it easy to show both quickly and easily. All right. So again, if you're here, just let me know if you're here. Show me some love. Hit me with a hashtag live, hashtag replay. I'm just going to keep on moving on with this bad boy. So this right here is kind of just to help you kind of visualize as far as like what the dentist value ladder looks like, right? So he got him in on the $37 teeth cleaning. And then, like, here's the rest of the value ladder is, there's cavity fillings, there's wisdom tooth, right? Like pulling it, cleaning it, whatever it is. There's dental crowns, like basically all the way up. So start at $37, and then he has other services that he can offer his clients and customers all the way up to $4,300 and even more. And something else to consider is that, like, these aren't just like, you don't go to the dentist just like one time in your lifetime. Like, once somebody there's something called the know, like, and trust factor. So once somebody comes and starts working with you and they figure out like, hey, you're cool, right? And like, you're actually good at what it is that you say you can do. You kind of knock down that barrier and establish the know, like, and trust factor. And with that, what happens is that's how you start to get like worthy customers who will stay with you for the rest of their lives. Meaning that, like, again, come in on the 37 teeth cleaning, and at the end of the whole thing, ended up in a $3,700 sale, which was just like kind of that one thing. But what's also going to happen is that he's also going to come in like, every 6 months for a checkup, every 6 months for teeth whitening, like so on and so forth. And I'm sure you guys get that, right? So here's a chiropractor value ladder, right? And these are different things I just kind of like made up, just kind of based on my experience, right? And like what I see as far as like what's going on out there. So like chiropractor value ladder, right? So just to kind of talk about this briefly, as far as like what the value ladder is, basically when it comes to the value ladder, like the thing that's at the bottom of the value ladder is just to get people it's kind of like your foot in the door offer, right? It's kind of like the thing that you get people interested in you, in your business, right? And then everything else just basically like ascends them up the value ladder, okay? So they come in on a $27 adjustment. Maybe they figure something out because as they're adjusting them, they might figure out that, hey, like, you really need some deep tissue massage, or hey, and this is all done through like poking and prodding. Like as they come in for this low dollar offer, you're poking and prodding. You're trying to figure out like, hey, like how can I serve this customer best? What is his problem, and how can I provide them a solution, right? So literally, you're just asking them questions. And here's the other thing too, is that your client isn't going to, as long as you're going about it the right way, like your client or customer isn't going to perceive that as like you just being a pushy sales guy. As long as you do it the right way, and you're basically just asking about the problems that they're dealing with, and like really kind of giving them value as far as how they can go about dealing with those problems. they're going to be very likely to like continue to work with you. So like I said, comes in on a $27 offer, and you're poking and prodding as far as like different discovery questions. And you know, they'll find out after that adjustment that, hey, like they might need some therapy, right? And then all the way up to, because we all know that when it comes to the body, a lot of times when it comes to the body and, you know, different ailments that are going on with your body, a lot of it has to do with the things that you're eating, right? So all the way up to a $5,200 nutritional program, right? So I'm just going to kind of keep giving you examples as far as different value ladders, and just so that you can help kind of figure out like, hey, how can I apply this to my business? Or if I'm thinking about starting a business, how can I set myself up for success, right? So this right here, this is the BMW value ladder, right? So and this is one of those things again where you just kind of you start them off really low, just kind of that low barrier offer. You give them what they want, and once you establish that know, like, and trust factor, and you like basically wow them with this experience, people are going to continue to buy from you, right? So again, they come in on like that BMW 1 Series, and like, yeah, you know, they might have got that new job finally, and you know, finally able to give their family the different things that they want. And now they have some extra money to be able to buy a new car, right? So now everybody starts off with like Beamers, Bentleys, and Benzes, right? Or Beamer, Benzes, and Bentleys, right? Some people start off with something else. In this case, right, somebody's lucky enough to start off with that Beamer. So start off with like that 1 Series, and then, you know, maybe they'll get a raise or something like that, and all of a sudden they come back to the same dealership because they're like, hey, like I had an excellent experience here, you know, they serviced my car, no problem, and I loved it, so I'm going to come back to that same dealership, and I'm going to continue to work with these people. So then they go from the $33,000 car all the way up to a $51,000 car, and then again, you know, hey, this guy's going to go ahead and get sorry, let me drink my coffee. Yeah, so he went from the $50,000 car, got another promotion. Now he's like president, right? And he comes back and he says, I'm just going to go ahead and get the 7 Series. Yeah, and make it fully loaded too, because now I'm rolling in the dough, right? So again, this is just an example of the value ladder. And really, I'm just here just trying to deliver some like valuable content to those my friends and even associates, acquaintances that may have a small business or thinking about starting a small business. Like if you're thinking about doing this, or you have a small business, you need to implement the value ladder into your business as long as you want to stay alive and stay and basically like flourish and make lots of money. So here's the next one. Everybody's heard of Apple, right? I'm literally recording this on an Apple product right now. It's a MacBook Pro. I love Apple. Anybody who doesn't love Apple, cool for you. I still, just so you know, I still got like the Android phone, okay? So yeah, so this is the Apple value ladder, right? So on here, again, just to kind of help you figure out like, hey, how can I make this work for me? This is just, again, just to kind of show you the example and how you can apply this to your business. So we all know and love Apple. Those who don't, that's cool for you. But those of us who do, you're awesome. And so what we're going to talk about is like, basically it's like, hey, they come in on the $49 iPod. I'm not even sure if they make those anymore, but then what they do is it's like they love the product, right? And anybody who uses Apple products, they probably love them. And then it's like, they're like, holy crap, you know, I love listening to music on this thing, but you know what? It's like, since I love this thing, I'm just going to go ahead and get myself an iPad so that everywhere I go, not only can I listen to my music, I can also get like some work done. So I can get work done and enjoy my workplace while I'm like getting my work done, right? And then again, like, and this is a prime example of me, like I actually I still own an iPad. And now, like, I own a MacBook Pro, which is really like way up here because I spent like damn near like, I think like over $4,000 on this stupid MacBook Pro. But it's amazing. Never had a virus, never had anything ever happen with this thing. So yeah, again, so I'm just trying to just kind of, like I said, just kind of explain to you what the value ladder is and how you can apply it to your business. I'm just going to keep on rolling with different examples for you guys, right? Everybody knows this one, right? Everybody knows this one because we all love to like eat food and drink alcohol, right? Most of us love this, right? It's like, hey, so here's a restaurant and bar value ladder, right? So in this case, you'll come in for like the $7 happy hour, right? Woohoo! Who does not want to go to the happy hour, right? So you come in for the $7 happy hour, and even while you're in there, you might like run into a friend or something like that, and it's like, or maybe even a bunch of friends, right? Maybe even a bunch of friends is that like, um, hey, why don't we just while we're in here just grab lunch, right? So all of a sudden that $7 happy hour turns into a group lunch, $225, right? Because everybody, it's like it can add up really quick when you're at a restaurant, right, or a bar, right? Everybody starts ordering all their appetizers, and I don't drink alcohol, but I know that alcohol is more expensive in a restaurant. I think somebody has told me that like alcohol in a restaurant, like a beer, is like $4 or $5 or something like that, like each, right? I could be wrong. Again, I don't drink alcohol or order alcohol, so I could be way off. But again, it's like, again, they came in on a $7 offer and they're all the way up on a $225 offer. And who's to say that they don't love and enjoy your customer experience and just your environment at your restaurant, that they don't just start renting it out every time they want to have a party, and that's $1,500 for a couple hours of basically downtime at your restaurant, where you're literally not even using it in the first place. So why not rent that space out? It's called residual income. I want to think about that. So again, just one more, right? Here is the ebook value ladder. All right. Anybody who does anything online, I'm sure you've came across these things where it's like, hey, get this free PDF of the 5 top mistakes that you must avoid, whether it has to do with like anything, like diet, decorating your house, how to, do it yourself things, like everything, like the top 5 mistakes to avoid. So then, like, but just sticking with this one, it can go. So that's like a $0 offer, and then it's like, holy crap! Like, obviously, this person just gave me a ton of content in this thing, so it's like, I'm gonna go ahead and just like make a little bit more of an investment with this individual, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this one-time offer that they just gave to me after I just opted in for this free PDF. Right? They made me a one-time offer for $47, and it's a course about how to develop discipline to write and get your final draft. Right? Because we all know, well, anybody who knows, or excuse me, anybody who's like trying to put anything together, even whether it's like an essay, an assignment for school, work, whatever, is that when it comes to like writing things, a lot of us are procrastinators, right? And a lot of the times when it comes to procrastination, it comes down to I don't know, just either most of the time it's like fear or like just not sure what to do, right? Not sure what to do. So yeah, so again, anybody who's just like tuning in is like, hey, what I'm doing is just kind of talking about the value ladder and just basically helping you guys understand the power of the value ladder and why you should implement it in your business, whether you have a small business, large business, medium business, or you're thinking about starting a business. So again, they came in on the $0 offer, the 5 top mistakes to avoid, and they took the upsell, right? Took the upsell. And then here's the other thing. Like I said, once you establish that know, like, and trust factor, what do you think is going to happen? Like, they got results from this, they got value from this, and then they got results from this, meaning they really did finalize that draft. What do you think is going to happen? Some people might ascend up just to the next step, right? But some people might just go all in and say like, hey, like, I'm going to go ahead and just work with the author of this course directly to like get my book published, right? And that's the thing is like that happens. That happens. Like that's like when you have a business in place like that, and you have your value ladder in order, and you present people, and basically you present people with new offers that have to do with pretty much like the problem that they're trying to solve at that moment. That's a buyer in heat. So if they land on your they land on that. I hope I'm still live, right? Because my thing just stopped. So if somebody lands on that, am I still live? Oh man. think I just got disconnected. Am I lagging? Yeah. Let me finish this. Try and go live again. Go live. And like I said, I've never done this before, so if I mess up, I mess up. I apologize. Share. Right. Go live. All right. Hey, I think I'm back on. I think I just lost this thing. So let me just get my stuff back up so I can see people who are commenting and tuning in. Let me just make sure I got this up for you. All right, cool. Yeah. Again, so sorry for the disconnection. I have no idea what just happened. But for those of you who are just tuning in or, fell off or whatever with me, like I'm just going over the value ladder, really just trying to like deliver some content here as far as if you're a business owner, thinking about starting a business, and basically just like the number one reasons why that you need to have a value ladder in your business, as long as like you don't want to fail, right? And the basically like what this is called, it's called the value ladder and why 90% of small business owners disappear after 2 years. And I'm just about to wrap this bad boy up. And like I said, if you stay all the way to the end with me, I still got some people on here. I'm going to tell you about an easy way to make $500 every month, right? Month after month, without like basically like, MLM marketing, selling stupid like crappy products or anything like that. It's a totally cool offer. So yeah, so this was the ebook offer, and I wrapped that bad boy up. But like, just want to start like talking about this, like why this is so important. Is like, here's what you're missing out on when it comes. Here's what you're missing out without a value ladder. Is that 90% of you're basically not missing out on 90% of the customer lifetime value. Okay, you're missing out on like more sales, stronger customer relationships, customer loyalty, and excitement towards your products and services, right? Like, who doesn't want excitement around your product and services? Like, you ever heard of the mob mentality? Like, that's when like you see a bunch of people looking at something and it attracts your attention. You're like, what the hell is going on over there, right? And that's what you want to have happen with your business, is the mob mentality set in. So again, what I wanted to talk about was basically like, what does your value ladder look like, right? What does your value ladder look like? And if you don't have a value ladder, this is kind of where you kind of want to start, depending on, or just to kind of, like I said, give you an idea, right? Is that it can start, you want to basically start off at something that's low dollar, anything from like free to under $100. That's going to obviously vary on what industry or niche that you're in. And then just kind of ascend them up that ladder, right? So here's what I'm going to talk about. So here's a way, all right, that basically you can make $500 month after month, every month, reoccurring, no problem, no questions asked. So this is my new referral program plug. And just to kind of tell you what it is that I do is I help small business, like basically I help local business owners like harness the powers of social media to launch scalable, trackable, and measurable advertising solutions. And we also offer a 30 customer opportunity guarantee. Whenever I talk about my 30 customer opportunity guarantee, people are like, well, wait, like, what's a customer opportunity guarantee? Like, what is a customer opportunity? So what a customer opportunity is a customer opportunity is somebody that was identified by Facebook, all right, as a potential customer. They live within your serviceable zone. They saw the ad. They clicked on the ad. They typed in their name, number, and email, and then sometimes even called. Okay, so basically what that means is that if you don't get at least 30 customer opportunities within 30 days of your campaign going live, like, we pay your next month's bill. That's how like great my program is doing right now as far as like working with my clients right now. We literally offer a customer opportunity guarantee. So again, if you don't get those 30 customer opportunities within 30 days of your campaign going live, we pay your next month's bill. And if you don't get 30 customer opportunities that month, we pay your next month's bill again. All right. And that'll happen until 30 customers happens, or you fire us or we fire you. All right. So yeah, so this is how the whole thing works, is that like anybody who owns, basically, if you know anybody who owns a small business, even an online business, a local business, doesn't even have to be local here. They can live far away. It doesn't matter. Everything I do is online. I don't need to like physically be in like the office or anything like that. Anybody that you send to me, anybody that you send to me and they sign up, I pay a referral fee up to $500 a month every month to you, as long as they stay with me. All right. So again, what that was the value ladder and why 90% of small businesses disappear after 2 years. And anybody who wants to send me some referrals, you can definitely either just like comment below. Actually, you know what? Don't comment below. Just send me a PM and let me know, like, hey, like I have somebody who will probably be interested in what it is that you do. So yeah, that was the value ladder and why 90% of small business owners disappear after 2 years. Thanks for everybody who stopped and like basically tuned in. I really appreciate the support. And if you could, like, you know, show me some love, like this thing, share this thing if you want. That way that Facebook knows that this is valuable content and it puts it out to the rest of the world. All right. So I'll see you guys soon. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye.